Hello, everyone. You're welcome to my channel. If this is your first time watching me, please do subscribe, like, and share. Oh my words, it's such a good day today, and it's a wonderful day. I really enjoyed the day. It's very sunny and time to go out if you want to go out, if you want to stay in, but you have to put your AC on. It's very, very, very hot. But anyway, once again, you're welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, like, share, click the notification button so that when we are on, you will be notified. Thank you so much. I have a video I want to show you. You just have to hold yourself. Just have to say, well, you know what? Some people do art out of line. You know, they actually just go out of their lane into somebody else's lane. I want to take it over. Yeah, okay. So on this particular video is to do with a guy who was doing his job. Their boat was about to dock. This is in Montgomery, Alabama, in the USA. And all he did, I mean, for about 45 minutes, we're told that they have been trying to get the attention of the one that have the pontoon so that they could move it for the their boat to dock. And they have about 200 people in there in their own boat, but nobody was responding to the request. Yeah. So this guy that worked for this particular boat that was about to dock came. I think somebody helped him out. He went to try to untie the pontoon so that they could dock because there are people in there waiting. Somebody came and he was trying to explain to the person. All we knew was someone that just came in, boom. I'm not going to talk too much, but I just wondered what gave you that audacity to just come and punch someone else doing their job when you knew that you were to move your own pontoon and you refused to do so. You know, should they be giving ticket at the dock? You know, if you refuse to move your stuff, they just give you ticket. Should they, implement something like that? I don't know. It was just a thought. Anyway, I'm going to show you what actually happened so you could see for yourself. It's just unbelievable.
3 men now charged after a brawl captured on camera along the riverfront in Montgomery, Alabama. It happened Saturday as police say a group of white men attacked a black dock worker. At a news conference, Montgomery's police chief Tuesday announcing assault charges against 3 men and said more charges here are expected. Krista Owen witnessed the attack and took this video that's been circulating all over social media and different news outlets. She joins us now to talk more about what she saw. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here.
My pleasure.
So first off, just kind of break down for me how this played out, what you saw, and why you started recording.
So we were just finishing a lovely dinner cruise on the river, and we were headed back to the dock. And so my husband and my 12-year-old daughter and I were just up against the railing, watching as we approached the dock. And suddenly you heard the captain over the intercom say, "Black pontoon boat, move your boat." And he said that a few times. And so we're watching, and there were a couple of women and a few men just getting off of this black pontoon boat, and they seemed to be disregarding his request. And so I think all of us that were standing there on the boat gave them the benefit of the doubt that maybe they didn't hear him. So we all in unison said, "Move your boat, move your boat." And they shrugged their shoulders. They were looking at us. They made some gestures and they left. They left the boat. They left the dock. And next thing you know, a small blue ferry, which is the beginning of my video, shows up to take our captain's first mate off the ship and ferry him to shore. He gets off at the dock and goes over to the black pontoon boat to move it himself. That's when I start video recording, because that was nuts that the gentleman wouldn't move their pontoon boat 2 feet forward so we could park. So I'm recording just to show my family at home the crazy situation that ended Mary's birthday night. And then when the first punches were thrown, I thought, oh, I have to keep recording. This is gone mad.
Are you surprised at how fast it all escalated and how far it went? And really now at this point that this video has gone viral, circulating everywhere, and people across the country are talking about it.
Oh, I was incredibly shocked at how fast. Punches were not necessary. You just needed to move your boat 2 feet forward. And it was clear that the men who were on the boat and the man who owned the boat were simply angry that anyone had the audacity to touch their boat and move it. But what did they think was going to happen when a 3-story riverboat with 200 people couldn't come to shore? Like, what did they think was going to happen? We needed it to move. And we were cheering on our crewman when he was doing this. And my audio, as I'm narrating it in the original clip, is I'm talking through that. And I think it's funny that we're going to move their boat for them. But yeah, to turn this into a physical altercation was completely unnecessary, and it did escalate very quickly.
We know right now that at least 3 people have been charged, facing some misdemeanor assault charges. Is that something you expected to come from this as you were watching it happen?
Oh, goodness, yes. When I saw the first 2 punches, and then another guy come, off from the side, I was like, that's felony assault. What on earth? And I made sure before we left the boat ourselves that the 2 gentlemen I saw throw the punches were handcuffed. I needed to see them detained before I felt comfortable leaving the area, because I showed my video quickly to a police officer because they were very confused. They didn't know what was going on, and I had seen everything and I had it on video, what started it. And I did see the men in handcuffs sitting on the ground when we left. I was shocked to hear they weren't arrested at that time, but I did just hear from the news press conference that they were, there was a warrant for their arrest, and that pleased me. I thought that's exactly what should have happened.
And a lot of people have been, as you have in a situation like this, posting memes all over social media and making a joke of it. But from your perspective, having seen it unfold, of course, as you're there to celebrate a birthday of all things, it was a very serious situation, and I'm sure fairly scary as it was happening.
Yeah, the scary part was the brawl that ensued after. This part was so disheartening, when this poor man is just doing his job, and all of us on the boat were helpless. And he's helpless, but we can't do anything. We're forced spectators, and it was really difficult. I understood, the anger that was brewing in the people watching this, because I'm watching it too. This poor man, none of us can do anything. But then I saw one of our crewmen jump off and swim to shore. I'm like, okay, there's our hero. He's doing something to help. But it was very disheartening, and I felt so bad for the gentleman just trying to do his job. He did not need to be assaulted.
Reflecting on it now, it's been a few days since all of this unfolded. Does it seem a little bit more real? Because I imagine as you're watching it, you're really trying to process it, and it probably didn't seem like it was really happening. But now, have you had a chance to kind of process what's happened?
I would say the opposite. It was pretty real feeling when we were watching it. You're kind of in shock, like, I cannot believe this is happening. But I knew, that was a real thing. And my brain, I'm recording, but my brain is, my daughter's on this boat. Are we going to be able to get off this boat safely? Now it's, when I watch the video, it's more like, wow, I'm so glad this was caught on tape. I'm so glad the authorities can see what I saw.
And in a sense, you've helped the investigation, because it could have been a he said type situation. But do you almost feel like, I don't know if hero is the right word, I don't know if you'd call yourself that.
Oh gosh,
but,
no.
But do you almost feel like you have helped in the investigation and made sure that folks are charged for this by, taking out that phone and hitting record?
Well, that's been my goal since the very moment I got off the boat, was the police officer's going to see this video. I'm going to call a news agency to see this video. I'm going to send it to the police. they're going to see where this started. I don't have the brawl on video. I only have what started it. And to me, that was all that mattered. I wasn't going to rest until it got out. And that's why I've been so generous with my time to just to say, hey, I'll interview anybody who wants to hear what we saw.
I mean, a firsthand account always helps. So the fact that you were rolling definitely did help in the investigation. I'm sure police have probably told you that they are very grateful. What did you say to your daughter as, you know, all of this was unfolding? I'm sure you're also thinking about her as well.
We had her close between my husband and I have the video camera, so I'm, you know, on the phone, I'm recording. He's kind of got good hold of her, and I'm sure he's assessing the situation like a good dad and a protector does. I really just felt my mission at that moment was to capture everything I could to defend this man who is just trying to do his job.
And again, I'm sure police are very grateful for you getting that video. Krista Owen, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here. Is there anything else that you want to add about all of this before I let you go?
I'm really thankful to that crewman. Just he took this on, you know, and it was courageous on his part. He was completely outnumbered, and I'm just thankful he did his job, and he's really essentially protecting the whole boat.
All right, Krista, thank you again for taking the time to be here.
Of course. Thank you so much.
We see that these people, it was, if you ask me, supposed to like, were they drunk? I mean, were they high, something? What was wrong with them? You know, because he wasn't talking to a group of people, he was only talking to a gentleman there. As he was talking to this man, somebody had just came, you know, push him with the show, with the elbow, you know, kind of, and then punch on him. What did they do? Like you heard this woman that witnessed from the beginning to almost the end of it, if I'm not mistaken. She said they were asking them to move their poncho. They would not listen. They felt they were entitled to where they were, and nobody could tell them what to do. They were in the right place, and they were not going to move. So 200 people, you have to wait until we decide to live here. Then we can, you know what I mean? Then you can dock. And that wasn't going to happen. And why he's trying to fight one person and the other man, the first guy was talking, was trying to kind of separate them. Someone just came from nowhere and just hit on him. Then he hit his waist, his hip, and his bum on the ground. I'm wondering in my mind, will he have to sue that guy for it? For medical? You know, if anything is wrong with him in his waist or whatever, will he have to sue that guy for it? This is ridiculous, you know? He didn't have to come to this. You don't just go to a place and think, okay, I know some people say, well, that area is a kind of area that don't like certain people, whatever, you know? So it was just an opportunity to you know, lash out in that kind of behavior because they don't like certain people in their certain area. But, you know, you just have to live with it. The world is for everybody, you know, but he's doing his job. If he came on you and just start saying things to you and then you react, that's a different thing completely. He was doing his job, particularly the captain of the boat that was supposed to dock. So, you know, I'm just thinking, why above? Even I don't know if you noticed the girl that is in blue. While he was on the ground, she actually went to kick someone with her leg. She also joined in. And he was trying to stop the guy as well as he was trying to move as well, you know? It doesn't just make sense. It doesn't make sense. You just have to respect people. Know they're just as human as you are. And some people have asked this question: if it was the other way around, would they say, well, there was no charge, like she said, they were let go, and later they now, you know, had to charge them, whatever. Would they have done anything about it? Well, I mean, I think this social media is really doing some work, you know. Would they have done something about it? So I had someone say, if it was a certain people that was trying to attack these people that attacked this guy, what would they say? What would they classify it as? You know, so when things happen, you give room for people to think something that you do that wasn't even there or might not be there at all. You know, I'm just thinking in my mind, I don't know if it was just hatred for the people. I don't know if it was just that they were just high with whatever, or they just felt, like she said, they're entitled and high. So it going just to take it to another level, you know? Or somebody was already angry and then you ask them to move and they don't want to move and it turned to something else. It might just be there's nothing like because of whatever, you know, maybe there was no issue on this color, that color, this race, green, purple, yellow, whatever it might be. It might not be there at all. It might just be anger. It might just be frustration on their side or whatever that led to all of this. But if they were be gentlemen and we're just being reasonable, taught well to say you don't treat people this way. They were taught well, or they followed the teaching that they were taught at home, maybe they wouldn't even do that. Because this guy didn't provoke them to the point of saying, okay, I'm gonna do this. You know, all that they would say, move, and they will move. I think some news outlet said for about 45 minutes, these guys will not move. Anyway, what's your thought? You know, what do you think? Do you think it was right for them to do what they did? I'm so grateful that she was there, you know, to capture everything. They would have said, no, he did this, then we decide to do this. It would have just been made up, you know, and they would have won. They would have just won the case that he was the wrong one. Say, aha, yeah. We agree with that, you know, because they outnumber him. He'll be the only one trying to say, no, that's not true. This is what happened. So the video wouldn't lie. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are, you know. Just leave us a comment and keep your phone on. These days, we don't just need just the news reporters, you know, the journalists going about no, everybody now is with the ability to record what is going on and being able to actually bring clarity to situation, the truth to situation. Keep your phone handy. God bless you. Have a wonderful afternoon, evening, morning. I'll see you next time. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, click the notification button so when we have some news like this, you will be notified. Have a wonderful day.